Second down and 2. Golson reeling to the right. That's complete to Toma, and Toma's got the first down.
That's the same play that we've seen all day long. Play action, let him roll to his right, and away he goes.
4 catches for 37 yards for Robbie Toma, who played on the same high school team with Mankind.
Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the One-Man Sports Rant, Gen 2.0. I am your juggling act, Will, the alternative ESPN sports thrill. So which of the big three are we going to be talking about today? Other than what the title suggests, that'll be coming up soon. Don't change the channel. There's plenty of sports highlights coming up. The reason I say that, I looked at the average attention span, videos in the past, 2 minutes. Well, it takes more than 2 minutes in the past to get this show going. Maybe I wasn't clear enough, alright? We're not talking no 30-second clip either, or $1.14, or even $1.59. You know, the beauty of doing a show is you end up with a significantly, still slight and brief, longer highlight reel than all those other ones that I just mentioned that are all over YouTube. That's not the goal of this show here. Now, how is that possible? It's a little thing called the DCMA, which we adhere to strictly around here. The Digital Copyright Millennium Act. Is the key tenets were hashed out as it pertains to YouTube more than ever. Really came about because of the Napsters of the world. Through WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. And these are the fair use standard, derivatives, minimal use, no money exchange in hands, because the OMSR is a pro bono production. So I understand if a show's not your cup of tea. You can always fast forward on average 8 minutes, you know, thereabouts. We try to do at least 6 minutes worth of highlights. There. So you can go, zip. Do I have anybody's attention at this point? A minute 43. Plus the intro, so that's my 2 minutes. I guess I'm up. I may not be talking to anybody. I'm not sure. I'm not dissing you guys watching now. I'm talking about how it was in the past. Alright, so you heard from Motley Crue. It's going to be our lead into for a while, and are introduced by our Pi Kappa Alpha House Sweethearts, U of U chapter, Alpha Tau. Giving you props. So, yeah, all of these things being said, one more very important thing. This show is copyrighted to the OMSR with brief video highlights courtesy to CBS, NBC, ABC, ESPN, Pac-12 networks, and or any of their affiliates. The OMSR does not own these video highlights, but does own all the other original content and the overall concept herein, thereof, therefore, most rights reserved. Now, one more note, to change it up a little bit. All images not of OMSR provenance were obtained through the public domain. Now, anybody out there going, hey, you're sort of like using that without our permission, we want you to take it down, watch my dust. But everything done on this show is within the confines of the defines of the aforementioned DCMA. Alright, so before we get to it in the clip order, what is the sports subject we are talking about specifically, other than what the title says? Alright, so we're talking the incomparable, the improbable, the imperceivable, the imperceptible, every other word out there you could think of that you could put an M in front of, about the Irish winning out in overtime versus Pitt, who played spoiler before. No offense to all you Pitt fans, I mean, we bleed a little Pitt around here when you hire Dave Wanstead, the feel-good hire of the year, 5-6 years ago. Not this time. Because it did it in West Virginia, it looked like they were going to do it again. Sure, everybody laughed at me when I put out here 2A, our Polynesian deity. From Samoa, Spirit Guardian, on behalf of Manti Te'o. I mean, now you could say, maybe looking down for all of Notre Dame on a whole, because that's the sort of overtime game you just don't see happen very often. Luck of the Irish laddie burns a bright shade, greener, brighter. But on the Life Rant Sports Fan of the show, I will just say, yo, Notre Dame, had your second chance. Third time's a charm. 3 strikes, you're out. You're walking that razor's edge. 2 overtime games against 2 good teams. Third time, I don't think they're going to be so lucky. They're just pushing their luck. So maybe that was the last game to sort of make them realize you got to bring it every week. So in terms of that's it for the LRSR on this show. In terms of the interesting analysis, the clips coming up, they speak for themselves. All the you'd have to break out your slide rule and sitting on pins and needles. Everybody's butt sore from their comfy, cozy chair, despite, right? So, yeah. I think they'll still be number 3 in the BCS. Don't know how Kansas State did at the airing of this show, so we'll find out. But it takes a couple games, if not just one. You know, national championship teams of years past, Notre Dame, took only 1 for them to wake up for this. You've had 2. All right, so that's it. All right, so a new bit on the OMSR Gen 2.0. Pay attention to the graphic at the end of the show. I include it from the state of California, DMV, the state that throws the book at you if you get a DUI. Because as we're apt to do from Generation 1, we not only abide by the 2-minute warnings, we don't go over on time, but I like to say no silly DUIs while you're out there. Because sports and alcohol, they are joined at the hip, which is fine as long as your keys are not in your hip pocket. So pay attention to that graphic. Lets you know X amount of drinks and X amount of hours, you probably shouldn't be going anywhere. Alright, thanks for watching from Gen 2.0. Later days, more college football, please.
See something different, the tail end of this catch.
Slip and
clearly down. Not even close. Look at TJ, and he is a film and theater major, folks.
So here it is, 4th and 1, ball at the 36. And Notre Dame going for it.
Quarterback draw, quarterback run.
Here comes Gus and get the first down. Notre Dame trying to stay unbeaten and go to 9-0 for the first time in nearly 20 years. Brian Kelly in his 3rd season at Notre Dame, and it's amazing. You look at the past national championships won by Notre Dame coaches, by Leahy and by all the great ones. They came in that 3rd season, but we're a long way away from such talk. Notre Dame just trying to stay in the conversation, but have to get a victory today against Pitt. And this one is picked off by Williams in the end zone.
With Everett Colson, you take the good with the bad. And his best receiver, Tyler Eifert, was wide open. Notre Dame got what they wanted, and he made the wrong decision. Now, Eifert is outside. He's going to sit down. Look at him, wide open. And instead, he comes back to Nicholas in the corner of the end zone and came.
Golson at the controls on 1st and 10. Dancing around, plenty of time. And goes deep down the field toward the
Boy, if you dance around there long enough, I know as a former defensive back, that's the most frustrating thing in the world. You got everybody covered, and then when that scramble drill starts, guys start sprinting in different locations, and chaos ensues. Daniels deep, he's covered. He's covered, he's covered. Uh-oh, scramble drill, I'm going deep. And what happens? They throw the ball up in the air. Jason Hendricks loses sight of the ball, which is a cardinal sin as a defensive back in zone coverage.
And Daniels has been the go-to receiver in this game for Notre Dame. His 7th catch, 86 yards total. That one good for 45. Golson wants to run it on 1st and goal. Now he's thinking about passing it to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Theo Riddick. Setting up for the 2-point conversion. That was Riddick's first receiving touchdown of the year, a big one. But this play was huge. Trailing by 2. Golson buys some more time. Is he going to run this thing? Yes! Reaches for the 2-point conversion, and we're tied at 20 with the season last week for Pitt.
There he is. He's a 6'6", 340-pound sophomore that's got some ability. Well, there's some confusion up front on both sides.
So 3rd and long. Make it 9 for Pitt. Backed up now at the 24. looking across the middle. On Brinza. 2 for 3 thus far. They're going to spot it at the 27. It'll be a 37-yard attempt to tie it.
Whoa!
It wasn't particularly pretty. It kind of wobbled its way inside the left upright. But Notre Dame stays alive.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. You're right. This was not pretty.
Look at Turk. That was a nice grab kind of over his right shoulder. And Brinza
Just laid out now. This would have been a touchdown if he holds on to the football. As he elevates, look at 25, Hendricks, right there. Gets him low, the ball's loose. There's no doubt in my mind that they made the right call.
And there's what he's done already in this game. Senior from Ohio. Trying to give Paul Chryst a big upset here at Notre Dame Stadium. They're going to spot the ball at 23. It'll be a 33-yard attempt to send Notre Dame to its first loss of this season. Snap a little high, gets it down. Here's the kick. And it's no good.
Causes the timing to miss just a little bit.
That missed by much.
No, it didn't. Yaklich does a good job. Look how high. It's above his helmet. He gets it down, twists it.
They did a good job of getting it down for Harper, but
see, when I used to hold. When the snap is like that, you don't always get the angle the kicker prefers. You're just trying to get the ball down on the laces. So if you don't get the angle where it's tilted back towards you, the ball won't hook.
Chris thought it was going through. His team was ready to celebrate on the field. 2nd and 6. Sincere wanted to go to the end zone, but down he goes to step onto it. Lewis Nix was also in there to bring him down.
What a great job by Lewis Nix. They wanted Devin Street, but Lewis Nix, who remember was sick earlier this week, spent a night in the infirmary, does a great job on Ryan Turnley. Even though he gets held, he cleanly gets the sack until he cleans it up after him. And now it makes it not only a 3rd and long, but a much more difficult field goal if that's what happens.
Ball backed up to the 27. Well, that was about about a 43-yard field goal, so it's made a field goal much difficult for Notre Dame trying to win its 2nd overtime game of this season to stay unbeaten.
If you get a win, this is where, to me, when you have a team of destiny, and I'm not suggesting that's what it is yet, but these are the kind of games you have to win when you get outplayed by an underdog but still find a way to win the game.
Ball's at the 7. They need 3 for a first down.
Back run.
Joseph running all the way up the middle, looking for the goal line. It's going to be a first down. He came very close to putting it away, but Notre Dame on the doorstep of going 9-0.
What hurt Notre Dame on the goal line was penetration by Pittsburgh linebackers.
3rd overtime. Notre Dame trying to end it. Touchdown Windsor. Wilson trying to get across.